This symbol. And, just very briefly, it has everything to do with what we've been talking about. We're talking about harlot women and their uncleanness and that particular part of a woman's body. That's what that symbol represents. So it represents concealment. It represents something that is hidden. It represents, and the Bible actually calls that the private parts. Okay? We're not supposed to see that. We're not supposed to be looking upon that. That's why pornography is so powerful. Because it represents something that we know, that God said you're not supposed to be looking upon that. That's the imagery there that we have here. That is the image of mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So it represents concealment. It represents mystery. It represents uncleanness is what it represents. So I want you to get that. This is a mural. You ever heard of the United Nations Security Council? These are the men that are safeguarding the security of planet Earth against all enemies, alien and domestic. When the Security Council meets, they meet in front of this. Okay? That I wonder. See, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, and it doesn't take a biblical scholar genius who knows Hebrew and Greek to understand what spirit then is guiding. So the United Nations gathers, and the Security Council, and they says, this Muammar Gaddafi, he's got to go, and it's not working out how we wanted, so we're going to send in troops. What spirit? What spirit is guiding? And by the way, think about this, okay? Because we're going to deal with this. Muammar Gaddafi, according to most Muslims, most Arab Muslims in the Middle East, he's not Muslim enough. Neither was Saddam Hussein. Neither was Hosni Mubarak. And they're all out of the picture right now. They just weren't Muslim enough. And so the Security Council meets in front of this image. And here we have, I want you to look at this now. Oh boy, here we have some kind of man handing apples to this little girl. Fruit out of a tree. Isn't that interesting? And we have a man and a woman, and they have their arms interlocked. That's showing, coming together. And the father's other hand is pointing to a child. A child that's going to come. A child of peace and harmony and safety for all men. A child of peace and safety that is going to be birthed. And you have the imagery of the stork or the pelican. That is an ancient occult Rosicrucian symbol of the Antichrist. And so here we have this imagery here. The United Nations Security Council meets in front of this. So it doesn't take a genius to understand what spirit guides their decisions. Here we have the symbol of the triquetra. We talked about that. That's the cover of the New King James Bible. The secret in the movie National Treasure was always associated with this. It was hidden by this particular spirit. And now remember this, in National Treasure, this symbol represented a secret that she was hiding where? Down below. And it was in a church that was hiding the secret down below. This is Rachel and her uncleanness covering up the images. That's exactly what this symbol represents. Here is, and I remembered, I pulled some of this stuff out from my earlier studies, like from the Da Vinci Code. Here's, this is in England. This is the chalice well. Okay, the idea of the blade in the chalice, the up pointing thing and the down pointing thing. This is what this is. And notice they mark this chalice. Now, here's something interesting. The myth is that Joseph of Arimathea, standing at the base of the cross, had a cup in his hand, just happened to have a golden goblet in his hand, and he's capturing blood that came out of Jesus' body. He then escapes to England. He's being chased because he has the Holy Grail with the blood of Christ in it. And then he takes it and he casts it down into this well. That's why they call it the chalice well. And for some reason, take a look at the imagery here. The water that comes out of this well has a reddish hue to it, like blood. The symbol and the color red goes with the idea this is her in her uncleanness, concealing a secret. And people go here and They drink the water because they think it has magical healing properties. They think that what's coming up out of this pit here that she's covering in her uncleanness, they think that's going to give them new life. People get married here, perform the sacred ritual. We understand what's going on now, don't we? This is Mystery Babylon in her uncleanness. And boy, does she love bling and money. I mean, look at it. She loves bling and she loves money. And that's why you'll see this symbol. Okay? She is in charge of governmental powers. We featured this several times. The two circles join together, forming the mandorla, and there we have the what's called Baal's shaft, the obelisk, joining in with that. It's the fusion of male and female, and it's actually giving birth to something. Maybe it's a new world order. Maybe it's a child. Maybe she's concealing something here that one day will be revealed, because God said in 2 Thessalonians, then shall that wicked be revealed. It's going to happen one of these days, and I think it could happen very soon. I'm going to show you a clip. The first time I saw this movie, I didn't get it. I went back and watched it again, and I went, oh, wow. There was a movie called What Dreams May Come. Really bizarre thing. This guy ends up going to hell to save his wife and blah, blah, blah. But he's dead, and he doesn't know he's dead. He is sort of in a house that's kind of got him trapped. This is Robin Williams. And Cuba Gooding Jr. reveals something to him, that he's really trapped and he can be free. He just needs to make himself free. And I want you to see how this is done, in the imagery that's done in this movie called What Dreams May Come. Take a look.
Get out and walk away.
But it looks like I rebuilt, huh?
You see a body because you like seeing one. We're seeing what we choose to see. Let me show you something.
Where's all the paint?
You don't need it anymore. This is your world now.
Did you see that? This was done on purpose. I mean, he could have made a doorway, he could have made a window, he could have just busted a hole in there. No, he drew the mandorla, pushed it out, so now his new birth can take place. Now it can be revealed, the world that he now lives in. We're seeing images of the Antichrist anywhere. And I mentioned Roman Catholicism earlier. Roman Catholicism loves this symbol. I'm here to tell you, they put this symbol everywhere in their ancient artwork. And usually, inside the mandorla symbol is like the Virgin Mary here, or you usually have images of Christ who is being, the real Jesus that they don't want you to know about is being concealed inside of this symbol. Understand that Roman Catholicism is not Bible Christianity. It is, by its very nature, a mystery religion. The doors, the entryways of all of these Gothic cathedrals, let's go back to our Da Vinci Code study. These Gothic cathedrals were designed by the Knights Templar. They're the ones that were funding them. They were the ones that were building them. And these Gothic cathedrals, these Roman Catholic cathedrals, were all designed to be a model of something. They were designed to be the model of a womb, of a woman. Okay? mystery woman, because everything they do in there is a mystery, and they conceal really what the truth is. Roman Catholicism does not preach the true gospel. Don't believe Chuck Colson. Don't believe Hank Hanegraaff. Don't believe any of these people who are telling you that the Roman Catholics, they just believe a lot of the same things we do. They just, differences in doctrine. Yeah, they're idol worshipers. Come on, people. They're not teaching the real, true gospel. Their gospel is hidden. It's secret. It's a mystery. And so their church buildings are wombs. So the entryway into these buildings is the mandorla. And there's usually 3 of them, that makes like the triquetra symbol. And you can see here that this mandorla doorway. Now, let me stop right here and want you to understand the imagery here of why Roman Catholics say that whatever you do for God has to be done inside the Roman Catholic Church. Roman Catholic funerals are never done in a funeral home, to my knowledge. They're almost always done inside the Catholic Church. Why? Because they call it the Mystery Mother Church. You go in the doorway. Now you're in the womb. And now a ritual is going to be performed on you. Water is going to be sprinkled upon you, or you're going to be married, or you're going to receive the office of priesthood, or you're going to eat the cookie that they say that's really Jesus. It tastes like Jesus, doesn't it? And you're going to drink this chalice with this blood red wine in it, and it's real wine too. Okay, it's not the non-alcoholic stuff. It's real wine in there, and they feed you that, and they perform these rituals, including marriage, including last rites at a funeral, and then you're brought out the doorway. Now you're born again. But see, really, when they perform the last rites on you, you're still dead. That's what the man of sin is all about. The king of the bottomless pit. He's dead. He is dead. And that's what that imagery is. And so here, Roman Catholicism, they don't hardly do anything without this symbol being present. The symbol of concealment, mystery, and uncleanness. Is the Roman Catholic Church clean or unclean? That's her secret. Whatever she sits upon, she makes it unclean. And by the way, remember, Roman Catholicism and Buddhism and New Ageism and all the other isms, they all really point to the same God, including Islam. This is what you'll find on most mosques, not all of them, most of them. You must enter into the mosque through her. And then you perform the ritual, and then you come out of her, and you have been given new life and rebirth and all. I mean, think about what's going on. There really is no new thing under the sun. And it includes the religion of Islam. Proverbs 4:14, the Bible says, "Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men." Don't go in there. I've attended maybe 2 Catholic funerals in my lifetime, and I have no real interest of ever going back into one of those churches ever again. I can tell you I have no interest in going in a mosque. I know that. I have no interest in going in there. I don't want to enter into the path of the wicked and go not in the way. I don't want to go in the way of evil men. Remember, her way and her path leadeth down to hell. That's what her pathway is. We featured this commercial for the Harry Potter, amusement park down in Orlando, Florida. And here again, the language of symbolism. I watched this knowing what a broom represented. The broom in witchcraft, you know what it was? It was a phallus symbol. Okay, that's why the woman was. Here we have the woman riding the beast. That's what that imagery is. By the way, I got something better than that. God said in Isaiah, I love this, because everything's in the Bible. God said in Isaiah, and I don't have the verse here in front of me, it just came to me. God said that all the wicked people in the world, He was going to sweep them with the besom, that's a broom, of destruction. Guess who that broom is? Okay? It's the beast. She's riding the beast, the broom. So here it is, the Harry Potter amusement park. Here's the commercial. And I want you to look at the imagery here, starting from the very, very beginning. I'm going to show you the entire commercial, and I want you to look at it from the very beginning and see the imagery here. Take a look.
Coming this spring, you can truly be part of Harry Potter's world, where magic becomes real and excitement awaits at every turn. Explore the wizarding world of Harry Potter. A world of magical new adventures only at Universal Orlando Resort, where you can be courageous, be outrageous, be extraordinary.
First of all, you have the owl. Remember the owl? Remember when we talked about Jared Loughner and Lilith? That mystery and the Bohemian Grove? The owl is an imagery of Lilith.